but you cannot change. I'm back. And but you cannot change. To be on Twitch and Rumble. And I heard her log in, so she's in her garage. Twitch and Rumble. I'll try to get something started. I'll try to find that pizza joint. I ran right into it this morning, as you'll notice. I remember we can't hardly. I usually can't.
Hi, Dad. How are you? Buddy. Yeah, Dad. I went to the dentist.
I can't hardly drive the motorcycles on this, but I want to try it. I want to help it. Oh, which way I need to go? Oh, there's the capital. Oh, I'm already sleepy. I slept all night. I guess I'm just wore out. I guess I'm just wore out, man. I'll stay on for a little bit. I may have to get off.
Ding dong!
Damn it.
Yeah, what's cracking?
I'm going to miss the Gallery Redemption exhibition.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, way you schmuck. Stash House will become operating out of Lost Central. Raid them each day and receive a reward. Where are the stations?
Whoa, what just happened?
Wait, I thought I'd have another opportunity to present my Hi, Daddy.
Hey, how'd you get my number?
Badger. Sucker punch. Sucker punch an NPC. Will not do much of that though. We'll get in trouble, home. Get the police got to it, Worms. SA. Looks like it's a pretty day out, I can't tell. I got shades down, but it'd be nice to go out if I felt like going. I ain't got the body for the rock and roll fantasy anymore. It's my life. It's my rock and roll fantasy.
That shit ain't real.
The old man me don't have the, I probably never had it. But I did have youth. I don't have the youth anymore. We are the youth gone wild. Now we're all the old old codgers going on. We still go wild. We're just old codgers
These
now.
young cats is crazy.
We are the codgers going wild. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, there's that mission.
All these fucking balloon animal people around.
Pizza's around here though.
Loser.
Loser. We are the codgers going wild. We're all codgers now. Get out of the way, you fucking bitch. Get out of the way, you fucking bitch. I want to try this mission again. I always fail it.
Keep me on the line. Let's go.
Whoa! Watch it. Hey there. I'm hoping it's gonna be a nice weekend. I'm hitting the beach.
I probably already fucked up. Damn. Always some bitch in your way. Can't hold it, man. Can't do it with this traffic. Can't hold it, man. I done fucked up. I ain't gonna get it. Might as well just get out of it.
So how's it feeling? Pretty tight, huh? Don't be shy now. Let her show you what she can do.
Come on, man. Can't hold it. Since I was born, they could knock me down. Another misfit kid, another bun downtown. I never played by the rules, and I never really cared. That nasty reputation takes me everywhere. I look and see it's not only me. Wow. We stand tall in every time. We want it all. Can't remember the words. We call this problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walking in the smile. We are the youth gone wild. Let me get wild. With the codgers going wild now. Boy, I'm sore though. I wrestled in that chair. In that granny cart. Rocking my granny cart. That's funny. That's funny, business. Rocking my granny cart.
New custom transmission. Slicker than slick. Trust me.
I'm gonna tell you though, that couldn't have been mapped out better than it was. I mean, we even parked at the fucking ramp. We didn't even know it. I didn't even look around. It's just right there. I mean, our van was parked right in front of the ramp. We walked around there to the steps. It wasn't that big. It wasn't a big walk. We were looking, where we go up at? Finally, my sister says, the ramp's back here. And then I look. The van's parked right in front of it. God had that marked out so perfectly. God treated this rock star like a VIP. And it was God that done it. It wasn't the place. It was God. It was Jesus. Like I told y'all, I sat in there praying, and then that, what was it? Came on. The one. Can you take me higher? He let me know he was hearing me. So I'm telling you, they started playing. Right when I was praying. Can you take me? And Jesus said, yep, I'm hearing you, son. He's with you everywhere. Don't listen to old people. He's with you everywhere you go. He's with you in the city. He's with you in the country. He's with you in the rock concert if you ain't there to do wickedness. If you ain't there to be wicked, he's with you. Now, if you were there being wicked, he probably wouldn't back you. Just wanting to have a good time and seeing you or live band playing, doing nothing wicked. And if you're honoring him with it, that's all that matters. By me sitting there praying with him, I was talking to my Lord. Therefore, I was doing no evil. Don't listen to them religious biddies. Boy, riding, he was I heard him this morning when I turned him on. He said, just imagine I could have become a gangster or even worse, one of those religious leaders. Boy, those religious leaders, that poor Pope. You know, he's a religious leader, and he was a worldly one at that. He was into all that globalism, all that old stuff. That's the worst fate to be. There's worse fates than being at a rock concert on Saturday night. Being a guy pretending to be holy, be as wicked as the devil. That's even worse, y'all. Pretending to be holy and being wicked as the devil. Just wanting to get out and have a good time on a Saturday night if you're not doing any evil. It's not evil to sit and listen to music. The Bible said do whatever those things were good. Now, that music ain't always good. Some of them lyrics, they would probably challenge the rebel in you. Some things you should rebel against. You should rebel against unwarranted authority. People are putting authority on you that they have no business putting on you. They got no business ruling your life at all. That's something to rebel against. You were created in God's image too. We all were created in God's image. Now, if they got authority over you, they got authority over you. Now, the thing about this, our country was supposed to be, they were supposed to be public servant workers. They weren't supposed to be authorities. They raised themselves to authorities. They weren't supposed to be, not under our government. I'm not talking about Rome's government. I'm not talking about Romans 3:16 or whatever, Romans 13, that's it, 3:16. 3:16 is John 3:16. Romans 13. Now, there's some logic in that, because the guy that has the authority, it's basically telling you that if you challenge him too much, and you challenge him too, I mean, and we're talking about bad, I'm not talking about good here. It would be wise and unwise to follow that scripture. Like if you're out here doing wrong, and you doing wrong, and the man catches you, the man had a right to catch you. But now, if you're not doing anything wrong, there's no reason to be prosecuted. Now, they do. But we weren't supposed to have that kind of government here in this country. It was supposed to be set up on public servants representing you, even when they come up with Congress and stuff. That was supposed to be speaking for you. They weren't supposed to be authorities ruling over your body, telling you how to live, what to put in your body, how to dress, how to talk. Let's go back to Axel, when he won this 14-year-old boy over. Tell you what you can and can't say. I don't need that shit. I don't need that shit. We weren't supposed to have none of that. We're supposed to have public servants representing their city, their state, and the country. That's what you're supposed to have. Like the mayor and stuff. He wasn't supposed to be your guide. He's supposed to be speaking for you, voting for what's best for your community. And they turned it into something that it's not. They turned it into what the rest of the world is. I'm going to say this. The U.S. was set apart. It was different. You know, like God tells you to set yourself apart and be different from the world. America set itself apart. It gave itself presidents and governors and people to look after your best interests. But no, we started being like the world. You can use a biblical term even here with the politics. They started living like the world. They started having rulers instead of having people represent you. That was what our forefathers fought and died for. And then everybody else just let it go downhill. And because of ease and peace, and we all let our guards down. We all let our guards down. And then we let them take over. We let them rule us. They're not supposed to be our rulers. You want to know why they're not supposed to be our rulers? No kings under Jesus. See, Jesus is supposed to be the ruler. Now they had the foreknowledge to know better than to put a particular guide over everything, so they left us up to make that choice of what God we would serve. But now that's how our government was set up. They only did that to protect you, so you wouldn't have an authority, a biblical authority, because religious leaders can be just as bad. They can be even worse. Look at what they do to the Muslims. They can rule over you with an iron fist, and religion can rule you. That's why you God! God! It wasn't to keep you away from God. It was to keep you close to God, where you can make your decision to be with Him or not be with Him. That's your decision too. She fell again. She fell again. She fell. Certainly not the Kraken. She fell again, Holmes.
Oh, you must be looking to get laid down.
She ain't looking to do nothing. She wants to do the pizza job. We'll have to get her back to the pizza. Back to the pizza. I hurt my throat. I shouldn't have done that. There I made it through a rock concert. Singing, and I did about 40 minutes of karaoke before I left. Right before I went, I laid down for a little bit after that. Rested some. And I didn't even hurt my throat, but I hurt my throat mocking the people that fear God so much. You know, the ones that claim they claim they're not scared of Him, but they really do. Because they're so afraid that He's going to get mentioned. They're so afraid the name Jesus is going to get mentioned. They're so afraid God's going to get mentioned. And that wasn't what separation of the church and state was made for. And I got tongue-tied. Get behind me, Satan. You didn't want me saying that. What separation of church and state was made for is so you would have no, thou shalt not have no God before you. Oh, that's so perfect. He spoke it. Thou shalt have no gods before you. So you would not have a religious God ruling over you. Cast down all those idols. Cast down all those freaking idols. Let's stay clean. Let's stay holy. I almost said almost said it, but I decided to stay holy. Because I'm being holy right now. Thou shalt have no gods before thee. No other gods. And I know I'm reading the other alternate texts, but I'm going to tell you something. I think some of them people were just, they had the right kind of meaning, but they were just too skeptical. We run into that today. You run into that today. People that are so skeptical. Trump, he's with them. He's with them. Look at Trump. Oh, yeah, no, Trump ain't with them. Look at how they done it. Look at how they tried to destroy him. Now, they're going to try to wiggle their way. They're going to try to wiggle their way back into to normal. They want things to go back to normal. You don't realize they want things so normal, so bad, and they were almost getting it. They got 4 years of it, and here they go. They tried to arrest him. They tormented his followers, put him in prison, tried to stop him, and he won anyway. He's still fighting, y'all. Now, this other stuff you're seeing them fight back. Every side has every action has an opposite reaction. When one thing fights, the other side starts fighting. That's the way it works. It ain't, he's with them. That's not the problem. The problem is they don't know what to do. Alex Jones gets this right. You ever listen to him talk? He's getting this right. They don't know what the freak to do. Because they have lost big time, y'all. And they're even going to crack down. They're going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Even the Bible tells you it will get worse before it gets better. You're going to go through some hell. You think you went through hell now? Just wait till the hell you see. It's going to get so wicked they weren't even allowed to write it. You realize there's parts in the Bible that tells you it's not even allowed to be written? That's how wicked it's going to get. It's going to get so wicked that you ain't going to believe it, and then he's going to come in. And that's when the glory happens. That's when the Kraken's going to happen. You hear the Kraken, it's going to be the whip of the Kraken of the Lord with a sword. Holmes. That's what's coming. That's what's coming. They don't know what to do, though. I'm probably speaking too much for Twitch. But if I lose Twitch, I lose Twitch. Because I'm just telling the truth here. I'm telling you the truth. Thou shalt have no other guides before thee. And that includes human guides. You know, I made that song, Cast Down Those Idols. I really mean that. And I'm talking about the Democrat and Republican idols as well. Because they've got us so freaking divided. I'm guarding my tongue. I'm actually catching the L. And praise you, Jesus, he's been with me this morning. Maybe me honoring him, praying for him in the rock concert brought him home. Because he's working with me this morning. He's riding with me. Jesus is in my car. He's holding my tongue. He's letting me catch it. I'm sure it'll slip eventually. Praise you, Jesus, for what he's already called. The Lord's going to come a-cracking. If you read people pays attention to their Bibles, and I'm talking to me too. We all get caught up on the sides of God. He has different sides. He has different sides. He's holy. He's him. He's got different sides. He's got his anger side. He's got his wrathful side. He's got his judgment side. But over here, he's got his loving side. His forgiving side. His mercy side. And he decides who he gives mercy. And who he punishes. And Rodney was even reading a thing. We feel like this time. I got it even more. I was listening to it. I was listening to what he was saying this morning about the poem or the hymn. It wasn't a hymn, but it was a mockery. It's about a guy sending a meteor on or an asteroid, and it was from the 1500s. Now this is 2500. Obviously, there's something about the spin. This is what I'm getting out of this. Let the ears hear what they hear. Obviously, there's something about where we're at spinning. Because it's crazy again, man. It was crazy in 15. And it's crazy in 25. And let the ear hear what the Spirit is saying. And he didn't do it then. He's not going to do it now. But now he might do it in the future. It ain't time yet. He's got a time. Let him handle it. We get caught up in it. Like you got these old Christians. Lord have mercy, bring the judgment. Whoa, judgment day. Ah, destroy those wicked sinners. Yeah. And then you got the people that love so much that they won't even call out evil. They won't call out wrong. Because they're in so much. You're supposed to love, not judge. It's a little bit of both. You got to find a little bit of the passion of both of it. Because Jesus cracked the whip and Jesus loved. Jesus cracked, hear what I'm saying. Hear what the Spirit's saying. Jesus cracked the whip, but he also loved. He probably crack it at me sometimes. I get bad too. He cracked the whip and he loved. You can't get caught up on either side of that. And that's Christians that does both of it. Oh, they just see the evil in everything. They see the evil. They never see the good in nothing. Then you got people that see too much good. Like they just see love everywhere. Hey, I'm okay the way I am. I'll get up here in the podium and wear a dress, even though you're told not to wear women's clothing. They'll get up there in the podium and, oh, look at me. I'm in my high heels. I'm beautiful. I got a beard. I've seen some of them videos. Jonathan was showing them. Jonathan Shuttlesworth. It's a little bit of the both. You got to do a little bit of the both. You got to learn a balance. You got to, actually, this is what you should really do. Pray about it. Let God show you the right way to handle it. But it's okay to call out really wicked stuff. I mean, it's okay. I mean, you're not going to you're not judged, not lest I'll be judged. You're really doing, like, if you're really seeing total, truly wickedness, and I mean real wickedness, you've already got the authority to call that out.
You're the singer in an electronica band.
But yeah, at the same time, you can't go too far with that too. Because you're not supposed to hate either, and I have a problem with that sometimes especially when it's personal. You have to learn the balance of what to use it. I think there is a scripture about that. About using mercy where mercy's called. Isn't it James? Some people you just have to pull out of the fire. I believe it's James. I'll have to look it up. I'll read I think it's a short book. I'm going to go back and read the book of James tonight. I'm pretty sure it's James. It tells you to use it where it's needed. You got to use God where he's needed. Sometimes he needs to do some whacking. He needs to whip, and I'm not telling you to really whip people. Don't really whip people. Because they're going to get you for assault or something, whatever the charge would be. You don't want to go to jail unless you need to go to jail. You don't put your hands on people unless you have to. Sometimes you don't even have to put your hands on them to get them. Just saying. Although it's basically illegal to do, I'm going to have to shut up, but it's illegal to arrest somebody without a witness. I'm sorry. If the police didn't witness themselves, they're not supposed to arrest you. You can't go off hearsay. He said, she said. They're not supposed to arrest you. That's a false arrest. That's a false arrest. And because there was no witnesses on the situation, I'm thinking of other than us, there should have not been an arrest. I'm just gonna say that, especially when I was witnessing everything and nobody talked to me. I saw it all. Nobody talked to me. One person's witness that was involved, by the way. And that was an illegal arrest. But anyways, you don't want to put your hands on them. You don't put your hands on people. You don't threaten them. You don't make threats. You don't make threats about. I don't go around doing it. I don't go around doing it because you're not supposed to. You should only use that kind of. Put your hands on people when you have to. That's called defense. Only use it for defense. You're not supposed to be putting your hands on people. I don't want nobody putting their hands on me. I don't even want to. You know, some people walks up and hugs you. I don't even like that. I don't hug people. I'm sorry. I know Christians are told to hug and love. I don't put my hands on nobody. I don't put my hands on them. First of all, I'm one of those germaphobes. I used to be really bad at it before COVID. Those people kind of cured me of that. They kind of made me want to be the opposite of that, but I'm still cautious. I still don't I don't like touching things. I don't like touching people. I don't like touching nothing. I feel dirty if I pet an animal. Now, like I said, COVID kind of snagged that back in focus, because people went too far with that shit. The distance, the 6 foot. All that bullshit drove me crazy. But I've still got it. I'm still clean. I want my hands clean. I don't touch people. I don't touch things. I don't like touching nothing that ain't mine. And even that sometimes, if it's been somewhere I've questioned, if I've laid it down somewhere, I don't even want to touch it if I've laid it down somewhere. Like my phone, sometimes I'll lay it down and I'll think, what kind of germs is on my phone? But then I get behind me, Satan. I'm done. Get behind me, Satan, because that's that COVID thinking again. That's that 2020 thinking. I'm trying to scare you to death so much that you won't even go anywhere. You won't go out. You won't leave your house because you're going to die. You're not going to leave your house because you're going to die. That kind of fear. It's one of the things I suffer from. Finally Plaza, that means we're around it. We finally found it. Praise Jesus. There it is. No, that's that other thing. Where is it, though? It's right of Linewood Pass. I just don't remember exactly where. There's that thing. You know, of course, I know why I wasn't here yet. I took that other mission. That mission. I failed. Let's find that pizzeria, Holmes. You know, I ran right into it this morning when I didn't have time to take it. Run right smack into it. That happened to me the other day while I was trying to tell a tale. That is it.
Fuck me.
This is it, I believe. Or is it, or is not? It's not, because there's no entrance. Problem is, these people, they get so filled with their knowledge that they think that they got more knowledge of everybody else, and they're wanting to say it. They get out here and say it, so when it's right, oh, look at me, I'm holy, I got it right, God was telling me. And God's going to fool you too. Because there's that guy that said on the radio all those years, telling he was going to come, and finally his last date he predicted he was coming was his day. It was his day to go home. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on. They're trying to drive you to their channels and their pages and this and that. And that's the reason they do this bullshit. But now they've got the country so divided that it's so fucking... There we go. We finally got one. One finally slipped out. Sorry, Lord. But to praise you for what you did, because he got me through. He got me through without that forward tongue. For a long time there. I got frustrated because I couldn't find the pizza. I think this is it. I finally found it, Holmes. Now I'm going to have hell with it with this controller. Or this version of the software, basically. Because I've got 3 controllers, and it does it on the same 3 controllers. Indeed, I was replacing controllers because of that. And now I find, because I don't play many games. I'm usually stuck in the same game every day. I was thinking it was controller. It's 3 controllers, y'all. It's a software problem. Especially after I played the mission on the 4 version. That was how I found out. That's why in some ways you really need to test the different... I do it a lot of times. If I've got an option to play it on the Xbox and play it on the PlayStation, like the free ones, I will download. Because if I've got the option to play them, because you get to test its kinks out, you become a tester. When you do it that way, you become a tester. You get to find out what works good in each game and what sucks. Any game I get to play on, some of them I played on Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation.
I can't believe you remembered my show.
Fortnite's one of them I've tried on all 3 of them. That game, I just don't really like it, period. I'm not a big Fortnite fan. A lot of people are. I'm not. I don't hate it. I'm not a big fan. But I've tried it on all 3 consoles. Because it's a free game. You can download it. He constantly wants to go that other way, so I'm just going to go really slow. He's always leaning towards the sidewalk there. In the PS5 version. Now the PS4 version, you play it, she's fine. Hello, Daddy. I love the accent. You gotta do 5 of these. And you get paid based on whether how hot or cold the pizza is. You get a big tip. I say with the way I'm having to drive, her pizzas are gonna be cold. Her pizza's gonna be cold as fuck. There we go again. F2. But the Republican Party and the Democratic Party itself, the donkey and the elephant are guides too. They're American guides. And boy, they have freaked this country up, and thank you Jesus, he called it that time. They have freaked this country to all hell. Yeah, now I was reading a story, and I commented on it. I said, damn them both. There's a band called System of a Down. And it was reported that they can't even record a new album because the band is divided. Because it has Trump supporters. And then on the other side, it has Biden supporters. Do you realize they have elfed this country up so bad that we can't even exist as a society? Them idols need to be casted down too. The Democrat and Republican Party needs to be casted down. It's an idol and it's grown too big. And I'm going to... And because I'm a little voice in the mix and no others is going to say it, because there's so many grifters making money on both sides, nobody's going to call it. And I'm not making money from none of them, so I'm going to be the little man out. I'm going to be the little voice out, but God can do it. He can crack out that whip. Jesus can crack out that whip. And Jesus is a bigger voice than I, and you, and even the grifters. And even the money makers. Shaking their little money makers, making their little money. Shaking their little tails like a stripper, making the money from either side of the Republican and Democratic Party. They gotta make their money home. So they gotta shake their little tails. They gotta shake their little tails and get that payment. Get that payment in homes. The little pretty boys of the Democrats. And even some of those of the Republicans. You know who they were. The Harrys. And let's name one of them on the left. Harry. He was one of them that was up Biden's butt. Let's find one of the right side. And I'm not even like some of you right-siders. Because I might agree with you more than I disagree. I totally disagreed with Harry on a lot of things. That's why I don't really want to be the enemy and say something, but I got to say something. Because these people have destroyed our country. They have made it where we can't even get along anymore. Some of us. One should say, well, let those losers just... Right, but they were encouraged. They were encouraged by these talkers. By these influencers. And it's encouraging our country to not get along. I ain't going to be able to take this mission. See, it gets really bad after a while. It gets so bad you can't even hold it. And it is the PS5, y'all. It's not the PS4. Wendy was riding fine. I want to do the mission with Christine, but I can't. Rockstar needs to fix that. There's some kind of flaw, and I'm telling you, this is 3 controllers, and they all do the same thing. And I just thought it was the controller. And when I think it was the controller, I'd replace it. It's not the controller. I should have thought about that. From now on, when I have an issue, and I got that same game on a different system, I'm going to go play. And it's not even the system. It's the software. Because, like I say, I play the PS4 on the PS5. I play it on the PS4. It'd probably do the same thing. But I installed it on the PS5. And playing it on it now. I don't know how long I'll leave it on here because it's taking up space. Because I've got this game ×2. I'll probably uninstall the 4 eventually. But at least I am getting the test. And at least I got to learn that there's a flaw. There's a flaw in the PS5. For now, before I can replace a controller, I'm gonna test the game out in another game, in another software. Like if there's an Xbox and Xbox SS version or XS version, I'm gonna go download the S and X version, then I'm gonna get the 1 version. And I'm going to try both of them out to see if it's the controller or the software, because there may be a software flaw. Because you see, I can't even keep her on the road. Indeed, if I let her go, she'll start circling. I've let her go. She's just circling, round and round. Round and round. What comes around? I'm just going to get off of it. We can't do the pipe pizza. Because she can't drive it. She just can't drive it, man. Instead of buying controllers, I should have just tested the software. Because see, after I bought this, and I bought this one about 3 or 4 weeks ago, because of that issue with motorcycles. And then I finally get into my PS4 software. I tried before. I had the disc. Believe me, it would not read it. It would not install it. But I go and buy the little cell on it. They had a little cell on it. I bought it, installed it, and it plays. But now I have the disc for the PS4. That was the version I bought. Now I've got the software too. But I could not get my disc with the PS5 in there. I could have probably uninstalled it, wiped my machine, and reinstalled it, and just had the 4. But I didn't want to get rid of Christine. Because if I do that, I say bye to Christine. And I'd had Wendy and Trent, which was the original Sony, by the way. That was my Sony account. It was Trent and Wendy. For the PS4. And I found that disc for a few dollars. I forgot how much. It wasn't that much. If I see a good deal on a disc I grab it. Even if I got it, I'll sometimes buy it. Just to have the disc. I'm crazy like that. But I decided I want to test it out. I want to play it on the PS5 and I can't get it to install. So fuck it. It's on sale. I'll buy it. Well, I did it. Well, that's how I discovered that flaw there. And there I was replacing controllers over because I thought I was wearing my controller. And it's not the controller. It's a software issue. It's not even a console. It's a software issue. Because like I said, it plays fine in the PS4. I've even done test the PS4 out. I done it with the disc. Now I don't have to have the disc, but I did it with the disc. It was a software thing. And I should have thought about that before I went and bought a new controller. And I like this controller. It's beautiful. It's purple. And it was a refurbish, of course. Because I got a few dollars off of it. I didn't have the $69 to put in a controller. And I'm glad I did save a little. Because you're still only going to save $20, $30. Even when you buy them refurbed. Because even the refurbished ones are kind of high price for an old controller. Some of them stores sell them for exactly almost probably about $10 less than the. I got one that was from a different store. Oh baby, and it's a beauty. She's a beauty. Look at that blue on her. Ah, and it triggered the dang police. The damn police. Let's say that. I'm not worried about that. Damn's not a biggie. A lot of religious people make a scene out of it. They don't want to be. You want to know why they made a big scene out of it? Because a lot of them were the type that went around judging everybody, were sinners as wicked as the day is long. And they didn't want to hear the word damn because it reminded them they're damned. Because you're cursed or blessed based on how you live. You're saved by the blood of Jesus. But if you live like a demon, you're gonna reap like a demon. In other words, if you're out there giving people bad issues and doing bad, you're going to reap a crop of bad in your life, and then maybe you'll meet him, and then you'll get your rewards for what you did good. It'll be what happens. And then them bad things is going to take away things from you. That's how it's described. That's how the throne is described. You get rewarded for your goods and your bads and everything you did good. Oh yeah, when you went out there and gave that sandwich, if you wasn't doing it to get the show off of it, because you gave that sandwich just to show it on Facebook or Twitter that you were doing good, that's the reward you got off of it. Bragging that you was good. But now if you did it out of your goodness of your heart and you didn't tell nobody and you did good, he's gonna pull you up there and your name's in the book of life, and you're saved, and you lived like a demon, you lived like an angel, died like a devil, or whatever that song that Venom did. That's always one of my favorites. That's one of my playoffs. Live like an angel, die like a devil. I believe, but he said he's gonna burn in hell. Instead, you're gonna go to heaven. You're gonna get your good rewards, but you also gonna get called up there for those bads you did. You're gonna face him. And that's going to be, and then some of them's going to say, I didn't even know you at all, but those people weren't saved anyway. Those people they talk to about in the Bible where it says they weren't saved people. They weren't saved. If you go out here in this world and you go around being bad, mean, and cruel to everybody, you're going to reap the same consequence. A lot of times people's mean to me and I don't even know why, but then I get back at them and then they get worse about that. Oh, that's when they get holy. You want to see them get holy? Just watch them get holy. Anytime I get bad back with them, that's when they get holy. Oh, they're so holy when you get back bad with them. And then you ain't supposed to be doing it. When they triggered the reaction. That's how funny it is, man. That's how it works. Then you're the bad Christian because you didn't handle their action right. And then you're the one. When it was their doing in the beginning, and God sees it all, man. He's sitting back here. He sees it. And here's him. Here's him with the one that falls, because I know this is him chatting with me. I'm going to give you a little secret about how he treats the person on the other end. I've told you. Be angry, but sin not. That's how he's dealt with me on those subjects. Because I'll whine to him because I get out of unholy. Unholy! I'll whine to him. I'll cry to him. I'll pray to him. God, I didn't handle it right. And then he'll tell me, I told you, be angry. Sin. Just think about it. He knows my shoes. He used to know how to handle it is all. Because they did it to him. They did it to him. They did it to him on those steps. Them holy rollers would come at him on those steps. Those holy rollers would come at him on those steps with their judgment. With their judgment. And as he knew how to walk away, or he knew the exact thing to say, I don't. Mine's the Bach way. Because I told y'all that story the other day. I loved it. San Sebastian Bach. Fuck you, man. And sorry, Lord. I'm just using it as an example. Well, that's what I loved. And because that's what I love, when I get in those situations, the little boy kicks in. I need to grow up. I need to put little boy aside. Let him go. Say, get behind me, Satan, cast him out like a devil. Because he's probably a devil. Little boy's probably a devil. But now they do that. That's when you want to see the wicked sinner become holy. And I'm talking about even saved ones. You want to see them become holy. You respond to them the way you shouldn't have responded. And then you become the biggest Satan. You become Satan. You're like Marilyn Manson. That's sort of what he did. He flamed them in their faces. And they got mad. And then you become Satan. I mean, you actually become Satan. You become Satan to these people. You become Satan to these little holy pretend to be rollers that just name Christ and Christ only. And you become the Satan. You become the Satan because you didn't handle them right. That's okay. I'm okay to be Satan at times. Sometimes I'm okay to be the Karen. You know, I've seen times where it was bad to be the Karen. But then I see sometimes where it's good to be the Karen. If you really are getting bad service and you call them out on it and they treat you like a Karen, that's one thing. But now there's such things as bad Karens. We've seen the videos. And sometimes it's good to be a Karen, and sometimes it's bad to be a Karen. But if you're a justified Karen, you were justified. They should have served you better. Boy, this ain't going to be a well-liked video today. I bet this one will have 0 views. Because I've just been too honest. I've been too honest about everything. I've been honest about politics. I've been honest about religion. And now I'm being honest about the Christians in name only who want to be saved. Might be saved. That's not my place to judge. That's between them and Jesus. Because it said if you believe in him, you're going to be saved. And anybody who argues with that's a liar, because that's what he said. And even the guy on the cross beside him proves that you can be saved that way. Because that guy, he was a sinner. He was a bad dude. He was a criminal. He was a criminal. You can be saved and still be a piece of shit. You got to choose not to be the piece of shit. Sorry, Lord. Piece of crap. I bet this is going to be this is why I don't have many friends, y'all. Because see, I psychoanalyze everything. And I see all perspectives of each thing. Each thing I'm looking at, I try to look at the round view and not just what everybody's saying or this and that. I try to look at it from all eyes. And it's hard. Even me's hard because I'm only seeing, at the end of the day, it's like Mr. Savage always says, one man's opinion. I'm only seeing things through the eyes that I'm seeing them through. But sometimes I sit down and I try to look at it from a different perspective. But sometimes when I analyze everything, I see it from a different light sometimes. Even stuff I believe in. I can sometimes see it from a different light. And I might not be necessarily telling you exactly everything I'm thinking. Sometimes it does. It comes jumbling out. But I'm telling you from what I'm seeing at that moment while I'm analyzing. I'm giving you my opinion based on what I'm seeing from what I'm analyzing. And it's like I said. It's like that. I think there's a scripture in James where he tells you, some you pull out of the fire screaming, some you use mercy, and some you judge. And that's not the exact wording of the scripture, and I'm going to go read, like I said, I'm going to go read James today. But I know there's a scripture in there somewhere. I bet if I could Google it, it'd probably pull it right up. So that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They're either grifting, they're trying to get you to just know that they're the right one. They want to be the right one. They want to be the Alex Jones. They want to be the Alex Jones. They want to be the one that's always right. And so they go out here, and when they see this little bit of dissension or off from what they wanted it to be or what they thought others wanted, sometimes they just analyze and they see it from how they thought others was wanting to see it. And they like to be the naysayer. They like to be the one that says, hey, I told you so. Hey, yeah, I told you so. Oh, yeah, I told you so. They want to be that person. The I told you so person. The I told you so person. And so they go out here and they tell you all these negatives that's going on. So when the negative happens, so when next time and they're saying it and they're right, they'll get more people on their bandwagon, and then that means more dollars for whatever they're trying to generate, the drifting. I'm going to have a lot of people mad at me, right? People that I don't even want to be mad at me. Because I'm calling that thing, I'm being way too honest today. I may get people mad at me that I actually like for what I'm saying right now, because I'm just trying to be truthful. See, I believe in truth, even about myself. Sometimes I tell people the uglies about me. Have you noticed that? I mean, it ain't like I'm one-sided. I'm always telling, and then I end up making people not liking me based off what I tell about myself. Because I'm so freaking honest. We got one. We got it through. I called it. Because I'm so honest. I'm so honest. I just don't see the world like some people does. Now, sometimes I get there. Because like I told y'all, my favorite song from Guns N' Roses when it came out was Don't Down Me. I'm going to get off here. Let's see. I'm done for the day. Trying to find a way to quit it. That song's calling all that stuff out, but it also goes through his feelings. Like some days he's this, some days he's that. Some days he's cynical, some days he's sad, some days he's happy. That's me too. Some days I get cynical and think, oh, it's so over, it's so over. And then I got Rodney was preaching this morning about the 1500 hymn that wasn't a hymn. About God bringing the judgment. That in order for anybody to have wrote something like that, and if it really was from that time, it had to be just as bad as it is now. Because that's the way it looks now, y'all. It looks so terrible. But then have you noticed God hadn't done it yet? He hadn't destroyed it yet. That don't mean he won't. That don't mean we could wake up 6 hours. I could go to sleep and wake up 6 hours and the world would be in the chaos. Because that did happen one time before. I'll tell you one time it happened. 9/11. I'm going to tell you, I stayed up extra late that night. I was going to bed when the planes hit. I knew nothing about it. Next thing I know, a few hours later, my mama, she comes next door. That's when we was living next door to her. It's gotten bad, Philip. You got to get up. It's gotten bad. What's wrong? What's wrong? They hit planes. Oh, my God. I get up. I'm running around without my glasses on. I realize I don't have my glasses on. It's bad, Philip. And the Will Smith moment where he wakes up and he's just getting up. And maybe you could wake up like that. And then you go outside. See everything going wrong. What the what? What the fuck? What the F? It could happen that quick. I mean, he could. But it won't. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. They keep saying the day's coming, the day's coming, the day's coming. I'm going to tell y'all another little secret about that. It's not just coming. He's got a date. I mean, Jesus told him this. He's got a date written down and he knows. When he calls it, Jesus will know too. And then when Jesus knows it, he's coming. You see, it's not even just a day that it can just come at any time. They always tell you that. Come at any time. Come at any time. They try to keep you under their fear. No, there's a day. There's a date. Just like 9/11, that these people plotted. These people plotted these dates. These people plotted these dates. God's got a date. And only that day, an hour, he knows. Just keep occupying, keep living, keep getting people saved, bring more people to in. If you're one of these soul winners, get out there and win those souls. Unfortunately, I'm going to get there and I'm going to be, I don't even know who, if I brought somebody to the Lord, I don't know them. And I'll be, Lord, they come to because of me? Praise you! I'd probably jump right there to, because I feel that low about me. People have always told me I'm nothing, and I bought it. I bought it. I bought it, y'all. I bought the attacks, and I shouldn't be telling enemies this, but because God's still with me, I'm not worried about it. But I'm just telling you, I really don't see myself as nothing. And when I do see myself as something that gets me, it wakes me up. That's why I said the other day, I'm never going to listen to the haters. Because for every hater that hated on my karaoke, I'm telling you, they're different walks of life. One time just this past time we went, this old dude, a table of old ones. They were singing Grand Ole Opry songs, and I was singing rock songs. Going out the door, the old guy at the table goes, "Dude, you did those songs good." He gave me a fist bump. And then I've been where kids were at. And the kid will walk up to me and said, "Man, you did good." And then I've had younger people tell me, and then I've had industry people tell me I do good. And then I got all these haters. It's all in the same little circle, by the way. These little haters, circles of friends. They're not my circle of friends. I might have thought of them as circle of friends, but they weren't really friends. They were really enemies pretending to be friends. I thought they were friends. So I wasn't one of their circle of friends. Indeed, they were hidden enemies. Is what they were. They were hidden enemies that I didn't know, that God didn't reveal to me until I prayed it. Oh, I prayed it. And one of the biggest tales of that, and I mean tale, I'm calling him a literal ass, happened to be the one that exposed himself 3 hours within the prayer. I said, Lord, I know the two enemies. Show me the rest. 3 hours later, I get to the gym, and he's in there mocking me in the gym. He didn't know I prayed it. I said, well, Lord, that one didn't shock me there, because he always had an air to him. I felt it. I was friends with his brother. God showed him within 3 hours of my prayer. Exposed him. And I said, praise the Lord, hallelujah. But it got worse. It came to a head. It got worse over that period of months, and now we're completely out of their lives after praying that a year ago. Exactly a year ago. Exactly a year ago. They're out of our lives after praying that prayer. Don't be afraid to pray it, though. Because you need to know who your friends are and who your enemies are. And you don't need to be hanging and hobnobbing with enemies. So never be afraid, even if it brings your life to a change. Don't be afraid to ask God to show your enemies. That's important. Because they might be people that's the closest to you. They may be people you might expect. You'll expect it. Because I'm going to tell you, you can be able to think back. And you can feel the air. And you just didn't want to start trouble because maybe you loved the person that you was around that was involved in these people. And you did the Judas, you didn't want to make an enemy with your friends. And you felt it and you put it down. You pushed it. You cast it away. You said, well, we won't go there. But it eventually come to a head, and it was my silliness, it was my foolishness, why it came to a head. But now I'm not worried about why it came to a head. Because it just gets worse and worse and worse with these same individuals all the time. Just plotting all kinds of junk. That's okay. Because I have Jesus as my friend. You want to know who my friend is? My friend is Jesus. And he's the only friend I really need when it comes to fakery. That's all I'm going to say. I didn't even want no problems with these people. They act like I wanted it. Those other two, they wanted us to have problems. That's a demon and a demon. If they've let that thing back in their lives, that's all I'm going to say. They've let it back in their lives. They're going to reap big next time. Because that is a devil. I didn't know the demons of that. Because it sparked all of this stuff. And I'm talking to the entity behind it. That entity sparked all this stuff. We couldn't go on vacations or nothing without this thing running its mouth. Its fingers, should I say. Because it ain't like it spoke physical. It typed it. But it was an entity behind it. I'm calling out the entity here. Whatever this behemoth of an entity was, it worked its magic behind it. And I just didn't have the patience and I responded to it. And that's what they got irritated with. They got irritated with my responses. But now he had another problem. And I don't know what his problem is. It's something to do with my sister. He's got some kind of issue. And he needs to deal with his issue. That's all I'm going to say. But now he was the one that was exposed within 3 hours of that prayer. And I didn't even respond. My sister did. You want to know why I didn't respond? There's a reason behind that. Because I asked for it. I literally asked for it that morning. I said I got tired of going toe to toe with those two. Those two that's behind the entity is behind, whatever this entity is. And it's big and it's ugly. Whatever this, it may be Satan himself. But it might be one, some of them other demons, I'm reading about some of them, especially some of them female demons. Some of them female demons are worse and worse and worse. God hated them. Lilith, and there's another one. There's several others. Very, very wickeder than Satan. So that's the thing about it. We don't know how other... We know about Satan. We hear about him. We don't hear about those other... You do hear about them when you read these other texts. Like, say, Enoch. Or those other texts, which they kept out of the Bible. These other entities are bigger than him. All he wanted was to be God. Some of these other entities wanted much more. All Satan's crime was, he wanted to be God and he led the rebellion. But there was other entities that wickeder than he. I'll see y'all later. Have a good day. I didn't even mean to go there. Maybe God was calling. I don't know.